to me, and I'm one of the few people who are really objecting to this, and I have to say the county councillors and the so-called interested party really don't have put on their thinking cap. I mean, for people going back to Ennis and Limerick or wherever they're going to go, what they're talking about, putting a new bridge, and they think that's going to be fantastic. But where the new bridge is going, they're going to knock down the flower shop. They're going to knock down the social welfare place beside it. They're going to wipe out the little small street of Bridge Street in Ennistymon, and they're going to have a pedestrian crossing from the existing bridge to the church. That's stop number one if you're going back to Ennis. And next stop number two, then you come to this new bridge, and there's a roundabout. Okay, so you can't just drive through a roundabout. That's stop number two. You go across this new bridge they're talking about into the car park beside Unglert's, right? They're after buying the house beside Unglert's, and they're going to put a pedestrian crossing from that to Unglert's, and you come out on a stop sign, and you come out on a bend beside a funeral home. And when there's a big funeral, you have to stop again. And you come out and around the place where I have been stuck behind cars, two buses, one coming from Ennis, one going the other way, and the top of them are damaged because they cannot pass. So they're now calling it the Inner Relief Road. Clare County Council of the taxpayers' money have spent millions, and they could contact Mr. James Blackwell, where they have surveys and everything done for the last, I couldn't tell you how many years, maybe, and they have spent a fortune, and now that's all scrapped because the outer relief road is the only relief.
That's what you would have been an advocate for, a bypass, essentially.
Yes, absolutely, but not where they're actually going doing it. And where they're going to put this bridge down and coming out on the bend is mind-blowing. It really is. And people don't really think about it. They think, well, because there's another bridge for this time, that's great. But they really would want to think about it. I came up with a solution for them with the last engineer, and I said to him, if they did it properly, that you cannot turn right. Coming from Lahinch, we say, you can't turn right for Ennis. You have to go down the street, and which would make it a one-way, and you go up Parliament Street, and that's your problem solved. Costing no money, just proper traffic lights.
The argument, of course, for the Inner Relief Road was it came down to costs, essentially, years ago when it was agreed. We were told that the Outer Relief Road would cost, I think, something 25 million possibly was the figure, whereas the Inner Relief Road would be cheaper. Now, Correct. Of course, with construction inflation, the Inner Relief Road would probably cost not far off what the Outer Relief Road would have initially costed. But given where we are now, would you say that the Inner Relief Road will make some bit of a difference? Will have a positive impact?
No, it will actually make it worse. If you sit and think about it, if you drive a truck or a bus or even a car, it's going to take you longer with all those stop signs I'm after saying a few minutes ago, but nobody seems to bother. And they really have no money. You're right in what you say about the outer bypass will cost so much money, which they don't have money. But it's going to spend 29 million on the Inner Relief Road, which won't help it. And as far as I'm aware, I'm not fully aware, Clare County Council have wanted to look at the latest plans, and that made it impossible for the likes of me or anybody else to go into their office. But I might go in the next couple of days and have a look.
And throughout this process, you'd probably want engagement, consultation, dialogue with people like yourself.
Well, you see, once more, from what I see, I'm only a local guy. I'm from Ennistymon originally. I have a shop in Lahinch. But I would love, my father, God bless him, he bought a bicycle 70 years ago to go over that bridge to get to the post office, right? And the whole street of it, I keep telling you it's on the way up. I don't think it is. There's a lot of coffee shops open, blah, blah, blah. But the minute Clare County Council come looking for rates, they're gone. But it will solve the problem of the main street of Ennistymon if they made it a one-way and up Parliament Street one-way to solve all their problems. They have no money. What they're going to do with this bridge is waste of taxpayers' money. And the poor guy, there's one guy, I know his father, I knew his father, Larkin O'Connor. I'm not sure what's happening with. He lives there in the social. They're going to bulldoze that. They could have, if they wanted to, buy the flower shop years ago. They could have bought it for peanuts. Now it'll cost them a fortune.
Obviously, the last couple of years have been hampered by a judicial review, so there's very little the local authority or the local representatives could have done really within the last, say, 5 years or 3 to 5 years. But is it an indictment of the local representatives and the local authority over the last number of years that it's gone on this long? I mean, you mentioned to me before we started recording that this has been talked about not just for 20 years or 30 years, but we're talking about multiple generations now.
70 years, yes. My brother, he's dead in Canada, wrote to the Irish Times the year he was brought into this world. The first mention of Blaise Corner was 72 years ago. That's how long it's running. And it's a disgrace for local councillors who, I don't think their brain is working. If they sat down and thought about what they're planning to do, I mean, say the guards, the police don't go next to near Blaise Corner, if you notice. Nobody. They might go there as a VIP or something like that, but that's about all. They won't go next to near it. I don't know why, but anyway, that's the situation we have. And it's absolutely crazy. I mean, the tailbacks out the road, I've seen it, out to Lahinch there during the busy season of tailbacks of cars to try to get around Blaise Corner. Yet you won't see any police person there. I went to the police station one day, I said the tailback, and he told me to go to Clare County Council. That's what I was told. Can you believe it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
But what they're going to do, and I would love to have nobody locally consulted, as far as I'm concerned, in relation to Blaise Corner. Passing the thing now is a joke, as far as I'm concerned. And what they're going to do is waste more taxpayers. I'll be pushing daisies, it won't matter to me. But it will slow up the traffic and don't make any difference to the traffic. It'll actually just make it worse, in my book.